Hey, good morning. I'm Patricia Murphy. It's Wednesday. This is Seattle Now. Labor Day is almost here, and in Seattle, that means Bumbershoot. The local music festival has been around for more than 50 years. Crowds love the mix of local bands in the lineup. KEXP music journalist Martin Douglas is here to give us a rundown. But first, let's get you caught up. The King County Regional Homelessness Authority is investigating complaints made against the agency's new CEO. The Seattle Times reports that Kelly Kinnison has been on the job for less than a year, but she's already racked up 27 pages worth of complaints. The agency wouldn't tell the paper what the complaints are about, but the Times notes the agency created a committee in June to provide the CEO with day-to-day supervision. Kinnison is the fifth person to lead the Regional Homelessness Authority since it was created in 2021. University of Washington researchers will present new findings today on disappearances and other human rights abuses against migrants who are connected to Washington state. The report details 7 Venezuelan migrants who were sent to a mega prison in El Salvador and subject to abuse, and 6 migrants who were sent to Guantanamo Bay, Cuba, and not given access to legal counsel. There's a press conference at noon. Researchers from the UW Center for Human Rights and other immigration advocates will be there. And King County has expanded the number of youth mobile crisis teams from just 2 to 9. They serve young people who are experiencing mental health crises or substance abuse issues. The teams of mental health professionals travel to people's homes to help de-escalate crises and connect young people with treatment and support. Last year, King County says the teams reached more than 1,200 young people and their families. Check back for more headlines on tonight's episode of Seattle Now. It's almost time for Seattle's annual Independent Music Festival. Bumbershoot has a full lineup of big-name artists and local performers on deck for Labor Day weekend. From Weezer and Diggable Planets to Fleetwood Snack and Great Grandpa, there's a range of sound coming to the stage at Seattle Center. KEXP music journalist Martin Douglas is here to give us a preview of all things Bumbershoot. Good to see you, Martin.
Good to see you. How's it going?
Good. Glad you're here. So, Martin, the festival is in its 52nd year. That's a lot of music. This year, Bumbershoot will feature 50 bands, big names, like we mentioned, like Weezer. But Seattleites tend to come out for their local bands, and there are a lot of them. So let's talk about some of the acts you're looking forward to.
Yeah, when I was looking at the Bumbershoot lineup, I noticed that there were quite a few local acts that, I was more excited about the local acts than some of the bigger acts that are playing. I'm still going to go see Weezer, definitely going to see Janelle Monáe, but sure. There are quite a few bands that are here based in Seattle that I really love and will have seen before and plan on seeing again at Bumbershoot. The first one is probably one of my favorite bands in Seattle today, JRCG.
I like it, Martin. Say more about this band.
So JRCG is the solo project. I say solo in these quotation marks that no one can see because JRCG is actually a band with a frontman by the name of Justin R. Cruz Gallego. He's also in a really great punk band called Dream Decay. And the thing I like about JRCG is that it's this really cool mixture of experimental music with Latin influenced dance music with a dash of punk rock. And yeah, those things combined, on paper, you're like, what? And then you listen to a song like 34, which we just played, and it's just amazing.
Fantastic. All right, Martin, who else are you excited about?
The next band I was thinking of was De Soul Exquisite.
Nice and smooth.
Yeah.
Different vibe there, Martin. Different vibe.
Oh, absolutely. I heard the name De Soul Exquisite for a couple years, floating around in the scene. Had never heard their music before. Stumbled into the Basque Center in Boise, which is a great community establishment there, and heard this beautiful music. It's like a mixture, another kind of hybrid vibe of, soul, kind of calypso vibes, like all sorts of different cool styles of music. And I was just enamored by it. It's just so calming. And I think calming is kind of what we need right now in this world.
Yeah, agree, Martin, agree. And this last band we're going to talk about is probably well known to a lot of people in our audience, Diggable Planets.
Oh, yes. I would hope very well known. One of the legendary rap groups of, the past 3 decades, in my opinion.
Got to admit, Martin did not know Diggable Planets was from Seattle.
Yeah, so that's the thing. When they were first active in the 90s, they were a New York-based group, but Butterfly, aka Ishmael Butler, born and raised in the Central District of Seattle. Also, fun fact, he was a basketball star at Garfield High School.
CDOG.
And yeah.
Wow.
And yeah, like I remember hearing that, oh, Butterfly is actually from Seattle. Like there was a whisper campaign of sorts back in the day. And then in the late 2000s, Ish came back to Seattle and was putting out music. And it was like, oh, the guy from Diggable Planets, like he's from here. And it was like well known. And that's, around the time where Ish's legend started to grow. And yeah, I can't say enough great things about Ish. I think he is one of the greatest musicians to ever come out of Seattle and may be the coolest human being on earth. If you ever meet him, you would be like, wow, I pale in comparison to the coolness of this guy.
Well, it's always good to hear positive stories about musicians. That's great. Bumbershoot is often all about the music for a lot of people, but the festival actually has expanded to include art, pretty amazing food, and some other entertainment. Vanishing Seattle's going to be there as well. Let's talk about that for a minute.
So Vanishing Seattle, I first came into it as an Instagram platform. Cynthia Brothers is the person who curates it, and she does such a wonderful job of exhibiting establishments of Seattle's past, whether it's a restaurant, a bar, a community space, whatever it was in Seattle that meant something to people. If it went away, it's probably been featured in Vanishing Seattle. And so the Vanishing Seattle exhibit is going to be a bunch of curated items, signage, photography, I believe, curated by Cynthia and spotlighting Seattle's past, which, we know has a very, very rich history and is rapidly disappearing, unfortunately.
You can get all nostalgic with Seattle's vanishing past, that's for sure.
Really wistful.
What makes Bumbershoot different than some other festivals around the country?
Well, I think the biggest thing is, especially since they came back a few years ago, is that it's really a locally inspired music festival. It feels like the Bumbershoot of old, which was a community arts festival. It's not super corporate like a lot of these music festivals that are still around. I mean, I feel as though a lot of music festivals are starting to peter out because of the high costs and because of festival fatigue. But because Bumbershoot is community oriented and is so well curated in that local realm, I think it stands out from any of the other music festivals, especially because it gives you a slice of Seattle.
Yeah. What does it say about this place that we embrace this music festival?
I think it says that no matter how much Seattle changes, we still have our tentpole community events, and thus we still have community. We still have things that we can look forward to as a city, and, you know, things that you can talk to somebody who was, you know, I'm a punk rocker now in 2025, and I can talk to somebody who was a punk rocker in, 1978, and they can talk about going to Bumbershoot. And I think that's really cool.
Great. KEXP music journalist Martin Douglas, thanks a lot. Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Have a fun time at Bumbershoot.
Oh, I definitely will. Too much fun.
That last one was Boom, Swagger, Boom by the Murder City Devils. They'll be playing at Bumbershoot. The festival runs August 30th and 31st this year. Thanks for listening to Seattle Now. Today's episode was produced by Jenny Cecil Moore and Brooklyn Jamerson Flowers. It was edited by Caroline Chamberlain Gomez. Our production team also includes Andy Hurst, Vaughn Jones, and Paige Browning. Greg Kramer does our theme music. Seattle Now and KUOW Public Radio are members of the NPR network. I'm Patricia Murphy. See you soon.